everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Wande and this is Wanakins Kitchen. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It really means a lot that you guys are tuning in and supporting me. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload, guys. Very important, okay? Very, 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 very important. Okay, so if you haven't already, again, another thing I need you guys to do, if you haven't already, before you watch this video, I would really like for you to watch the last upload that I did, which is titled How I Lost 100 Pounds, and I will link that for you up there. And yeah, so in that video, I talk about obviously how I lost 100 pounds, but I also talked about how there was one point in my life where I thought I was diabetic, and I said in that video that I wanted to talk more about that and I would do it in another video. So this is it. So as you guys know, I did lose the bulk of my weight about 4 or 5 years ago. So with me creating content about that now in 2020, I have to kind of like go back into all of my old things and like scroll up in my phone and try and find like old pictures and things like that. And I actually have my laptop from college, and I figured that there was going to be some good stuff on there. I actually found a memoir that I wrote back in 2012, actually talking about my experience and, you know, my thought process of me thinking that I had diabetes. So I just thought that was pretty cool because, I mean, I wanted to do a video on it, and then I actually have something that I wrote in that time. So I titled this Everything Happens for a Reason. And like I said, this is from June 2012. And I also just want to say a disclaimer too, just because I knew the type of writer that I was, because I read this already. So I definitely feel like I embellished a little bit. This is definitely, I think, my experience, but I think some of the words that I used were kind of like heavy, I guess, just so I could like kind of impress my professor or something like that. But anyways, so I'm gonna start. In life, we often question why certain events take place in our lives. We ponder on what we could have possibly done to deserve any snags that come our way. Some may turn to a higher power and ask to be removed from that predicament. Others may wallow in their misery and accept defeat. Finally, there are those people who realize that the horrible situation that they are put in has led them to discovering something that has ultimately changed their lives. In short, when life takes an unexpected turn, there may be something there that can help you in the long run. Most of my life, I was subject to ridicule due to my weight. I was made fun of by my peers and my family. It seemed as if everything revolved around my weight. The fatter I was, the worse things got. Crying and isolating myself in my room was a remedy to soothe my wounded heart. See? That's what I'm talking about. But honestly, I probably felt like that. Okay. I tried everything to reduce my weight, from starving myself to diet pills. Through these methods, I would lose 6 to 8 pounds in a week. And despite my weight loss that was, however, unhealthy, I would still binge eat. The weight will pile back on, and I was back to tears and loneliness. This became a vicious cycle, losing weight, gaining, then depression. So, soon after, I completely gave up and ate recklessly. Burger King, McDonald's, and Chinese every day. Contemplating on... I was still doing typos back then. Okay, contemplating on if I was going to lose the weight and keep it off for good was something I did all too often. For a while, I noticed I was urinating more frequently, and sometimes when I did have to urinate, a small amount would come out. I did not pay any attention to it and continue with my normal routine. Soon after, I noticed my urine was clear. I told myself that it was nothing and I'd be fine by the end of the week. Saturday came and nothing changed. Fear rushed through my body. I couldn't fathom what could possibly be wrong with me. My next move was to Google my symptoms. I just want to say something. Even now, I know for myself, I don't do that, because that just leads you down a rabbit hole. It gets your mind racing. It's basically, you know, self-diagnosing yourself. Yeah. So even now, if I feel like something's off, I don't even do that. Nah. Because you'll find every answer that doesn't apply to you, or probably doesn't apply to you. My hand shook as I typed. I took a deep breath and pressed enter. There it was, diabetes. Instantly, it says feel, but instantly I fell to the ground and began to sob. I couldn't breathe, screaming at the top of my lungs. I refused to go to the doctors. I chose to live in denial. For weeks, I cried and prayed. I begged God to heal me. Shutting down was my next move. Look at the sun, guys. Messing up my light. It's okay. Shutting down was my next move. I fell into deep depression, thinking my life would never be the same. After weeks of misery, I decided that I would just have to live with it. From then on, my eating habits took a full turn. I cut out soda, fried foods, and anything that was considered junk. In addition, I got a gym membership. Exercising every day became second nature to me. 2 months later, I lost a whopping 30 pounds. Yay! I was ecstatic. It was finally happening. I was losing weight. December came and it was time for my annual physical. I dreaded confirming that I was diabetic. Sitting in the lobby was the worst 20 minutes of my life. Finally, it was my turn. I was excited about getting weighed. I lost 5 more pounds from when I last weighed myself. My excitement didn't last long. My heart began to race. Dr. entered. She congratulated me on my weight loss. She told me that everything looked fine. My blood pressure and cholesterol were normal. Subsequently, she asked me if I had any questions for her. I hesitated. I began to sob. I told her that I thought I was diabetic. She suggested I take a quick urine test to see if there was any sugar in my urine. Nervousness overwhelmed my body. I was finally going to settle this after 4 long months. The doorknob turned, and there she was with a confusing expression on her face. Doctor put her hand on my shoulder and told me there was no sugar in my urine, which meant I didn't have diabetes. I asked to take an additional blood test to confirm everything. Aside from that, I was so excited I couldn't believe I was cleared. So that's it. Oof. So how do I feel reading that? It definitely brings back like memories of that time where I thought I was diabetic. That experience was why I got serious about losing weight, even though I wasn't diabetic. But just me thinking that was what basically was the push I needed. That was 2012, so I was maybe about 17 or 18. And, you know, we hear that this is, you know, like a chronic disease that you can get later on in life. And just me being like 17, being like, dang, I really ate myself to the point where I made myself sick was just so hard to comprehend. But like I said, and I titled it, Everything Happens for a Reason. And I believe if I didn't believe that I was diabetic, I probably wouldn't have made any changes, and I wouldn't be sitting here right now 104 pounds lighter. Who knows where I would be if I didn't experience that. So honestly, and I say that I prayed to God to heal me. He was probably definitely up there like, girl, you fine. You just need to, you need to get it together. Yeah, honestly, again, everything happens for a reason, and there's definitely purpose in pain. So I'm definitely happy that I found that, and I'm definitely happy that I could share it with you guys. Again, I said it in my last video, if anybody is on a weight loss journey right now and has any questions or things like that, please feel free to DM me on Instagram and like, let's chat. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really means a lot. It takes a lot to open up, and I don't really like to share a lot. So this is a lot, but experiences and stories definitely help others. I know I have channeled into other people's experiences and they're being vulnerable, and it has helped me. So why not just, you know, pay it forward. So again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know in the comments if you've ever self-diagnosed yourself and drove yourself crazy thinking you had something that you did not have. My next upload will probably be something less heavy, more fun. We'll see. So I will see you guys. Make sure you have a beautiful day and stay blessed, everyone. Bye.